I figured it was about time to try to post another video on my 1955 Chevy Nomad Project. This is going to be number 22, and where we left off last time, I was working on the rear seat, and that project is done, meaning the seat back snaps into these clips up at the top. The sheet metal boxes that will eventually get welded to the floor are now just held on there with some self-tappers. Those will get welded on when this thing goes to the body shop. So the seat's done. You know, the seat base will flip forward 180 degrees, and then you pull this out of the clips and fold that down, and then it's flat all the way through there. So the front seat is in the car, although it's back too far. It's just sitting in there. I don't have it, the little clips that go on underneath there, I don't have those in there yet. So the seat project got done. While we're back here, one of the things that I've purchased and installed since the last time, I got the gas cylinder kit for the liftgate. I think that these were originally offered by Mad Mooks out in Arizona, but when that business went kaput because the guy passed away, quite possibly his inventory got bought out by a company in Virginia called Nomad R.Us, and they're a Nomad specialty shop. Anyway, that's where I bought my cylinder kit. This thing really works nice. It bolted right in there and there. I don't have glass. This is just the frame. See, that pulls down like that and lifts up like that. So that thing is done. Nice. Up to the front of the car. Last time we looked at this, the front clip was just laying on the ground, and you can see most of it is on here. I had found this original inner fender and put that fender assembly together. That thing got mounted to the car. I was looking for a driver's side, and I hadn't found one, and finally gave up and bought a reproduction one. This one is made by Golden Star, and I'm shocked that that thing went on and fit like a glove. I couldn't believe it. Reproduction parts. You can see all the screws are in there. Those that go there that bolt to that bracket, the bolts to the firewall. That's on both sides of the frame. Those things hold the inner fender up and back in position, or help hold the fender up and back. So that thing got done. And then I got the fender on, whoops, and got the door back on. I don't have a latch in this thing, but this thing opens and closes in a latch as soon as I get the latch reinstalled. This is a door skin. This is not the actual original Nomad door skin. This is a generic 55 two-door that got installed, and whoever trimmed it, I'm not sure they knew what they were doing, but that happened and got done that way. So that kind of stuff has to be addressed. So anyway, a little hard to see, but the gap's pretty good. Good enough to try to get maybe the quarter panel patches put on. Then once that was done, I had to turn the car around because I only have room on one side to open up the car door. And I had the fender on and I had the door on, and I was fighting it, trying to get the fender and the door to be happy together. And what I discovered was I couldn't get the fender in far enough and the door pulled out far enough so that the door would swing open and the front edge of the fender, front edge of the door would clear the back edge of the fender. What you could see here, this shiny spot, is where the lip of the fender is hitting the firewall or the cowl side. And so it won't let the fender go in. It's clear. I have plenty of room all the way down here, but it doesn't fit there, and that's not good. I think what happened, I think we've seen this dent before, this dent. Those of you that followed the project from the beginning will recall that on the first frame, the frame horns were badly bent and had been kind of straightened out. So this car was definitely in a wreck. But the wreck that produced the bent frame horns probably also put this dent in here and may or may not have produced these wonderful cut and weld patches where the hinges are. So I think maybe this thing got pushed back, maybe this thing got pushed up and it's hitting, and some work's gonna be needed. Now I did go ahead and purchase just sitting in there roughly, a new cowl front, which would address that dent. So we could either replace the whole thing or just cut out a section and fix the dent. Not sure which direction that's gonna go. I had wondered why somebody hadn't gotten on the back side and tried to pound that dent out. But as you can see, the air box closes the back side of this to the cowl and also to the floor, and you can't get to the back side of that. So I'm not sure what's going to happen with that dent, but that thing has to be addressed. This Sharpie line that you're looking at here, there is a patch available that goes all the way down to where the foot is. You can see that thing was cut and then not very nicely welded back in, but would include all of this up to this Sharpie line and back. But as you can see, that would go right through the VIN tag. So there'd be some trimming or something depending on that. But this thing here is gonna have to move down so the fender can go back. But in the process of fighting the door and the fender and then taking the door off again, I had to take the door off because this is the plate that goes in here that the hinge bolts to. The threads in that were shot, and so I couldn't tighten the hinge bolts up. So I bought a new one of those and replaced that. So in the process of getting access for that, I took the door off, and I have discovered that these hinges definitely need new bushings and pins. So I ordered a kit to do that. So anyway, I think other than rebuilding the hinges and getting the door back on, I'm probably done with what I can do on the car on this side because I can't deal with that, and I know that the fender won't fit until that's addressed. So that's where we are. So I made some progress on the front clip. Got the seats in. Got the liftgate gas cylinder kit installed. And then I also, some of you maybe noticed, check it out. 1955 Nomad eyebrow trim. Again, when my car got wrecked, front clip is long gone, original eyebrow trim, long gone. I didn't have it, but I recently sold a basket case panhead Harley motor to a friend of mine, and I got enough money at just the right time to locate a complete, meaning all 6 pieces of the eyebrow trim, which is the piece here, passenger side. The rest of it's sitting over here. That's the driver's side eyebrow. The pieces that go on the door. Notice the custom gold paint that got put on there. And then the pieces that get on the door. I have the clips that are on here. A fairly common problem on these. There's supposed to be a pin at each of these locations. Those pins got broken. So anyway, and that's why it has screw holes. So that was nice. Set needs a little work. I'm not going to completely restore these. I just don't want to have that kind of money tied up in the things, but it'll help the overall look of the car. Last thing to point out, again, the body shop, if we can call them that worked on the car, this is the driver's side fender. He also could not get the fender to go in far enough to let the door swing. And his solution was to just beat on the back side of the fender. A little hard to see here, but that's all roughed up. It's not, and definitely gonna need some love. But that, and I'd noticed that the lip was kind of deformed. Anyway, so that thing is a project on that side. So, I think that's a complete update. As always, like, share, comment, subscribe if you haven't done so. Again, I think I'm just about done with what I can do, and then this thing's gonna have to go to the body shop to get the body squared away, get the fenders and doors, etc., 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 etc. Anyway, so I didn't disappear on everybody. Let me know if you have any questions or comments, and I'll try to keep this thing moving forward. Thanks, bye.